Caught wife cheating and I'm in turmoil. Caught my wife cheating and we are working on it. We also have a 5-year-old son. It all started in June when I found little notes in her pillowcase expressing her love for the man. When confronted, she said it was just a crush and was very apologetic. One of the things that I stated was that she was to break off contact with the man and quit the business group they were in together. Recently have found out that he barely goes anymore and is in danger of losing his membership. My wife had to bring in a replacement and she will be out of the group early next week. We did couples counseling, but it didn't really work out for us and we seemed to be doing better. After this incident, I became very nosy and the trust was gone, so I figured out her passcode and went through her phone one night in October and found they had still been meeting up and communicating. I am not entirely blameless in all of this. One of her complaints to me was that she felt like she had to mother me and I was not helping out around the house as much as I should be, and she was absolutely correct. And I've been working on these things and getting much better, and she has noticed and said as much. My complaints to her were that I felt more like a roommate and the passion was gone, but her retort was that I was projecting things onto her and that we've never really been a passionate couple, which is mostly true. Up until this point, I had not realized that I was actually being cheated on, and it broke me. We talked it out and decided individual therapy was the best move. Because she has a lot of personal trauma from her youth that has gone unaddressed. We decided to work on it and we've had highs and lows. Things are slowly getting better and she's speaking with a therapist. And I am signed up as well to get counseling because I have no outlet of anyone to talk to because of the embarrassment, shame, and anger. My trust in her is close to gone and I fear they may still be communicating. I wonder whenever we have a great weekend or day that it is because she set up plans with him or they were communicating. She deleted his number, but I fear Snapchat may be a new form of communication. She is a fantastic mother. I am a great dad, and our home life is great. But breaking up our family is a thing I'm truly trying to avoid, but I can't continue playing second fiddle to another man. I also do not have solid proof of any current infidelity, and I'm afraid to find it to be truthful. Because of the whole experience, I've lost 30 pounds, and whenever I have confronted her about it, she's extremely apologetic and says she still loves me. But I'm beginning to believe that she just loves me as a father to our son, and the ship has sailed on us being partners, lovers. This is my first time ever posting on Reddit, so apologies if it's not the usual type of post, and I'm sure I left out a bunch of information, but I just needed an outlet. Willing to bet 90% of the responses to this will be that the marriage is over. And I need to file for divorce, and to be honest, the whole terrifies me, especially with a young son in the mix. No one else knows except myself, my wife, her best friend, and the other man as far as I know. Thanks for reading, and if you have any questions, I'll try to answer. Update. I confronted her with my suspicions and my requests. I requested that both of us speak to his wife, or I watch her write out a Facebook message to her and send it. I also asked that both of us need to speak to our parents about what we've been going through. Also said that both of us download a GPS app so we both know where we are at all times. We also already had an open phone policy that I reinforced, and she handed hers over with no complaints. Snapchat was deleted, and there were no pictures or texts outside of the occasional complaint to her best friend about something that I did from a week or so ago, which only amounted to light venting. Also asked for a post-nup agreement that, if either her or I are caught cheating, the other gains full custody if we were to divorce. She was upset at all I threw at her, but didn't lash out. Our biggest issue is that her needs right now are the complete opposite of my needs. She has said during our reconciliation that I'm always around, and she never has time to herself, which we had agreed to make time for, but I had reservations. However, my needs are more related to reigniting our spark and to have more time to ourselves. We actually had a really great weekend this past weekend as a family, so I believe this really caught her off guard. She did refuse to contact anyone today, and I told her if she doesn't that I will. Part of her therapy has been that she struggles with being told what to do and given ultimatums, so I knew this was going to be a rough spot. She decided to go sleep at her parents' house tonight and gather her thoughts, and I am staying home with our son. Although she did offer to take him, but we decided to have him stay home. She will be back in the morning. Her parents live 5 minutes away, and I'm sure we will have another conversation and see where this goes. I text her mom to let her know to not push her tonight and let her guide any conversation. To anyone else, this is extremely strange behavior, as we've never gone to bed mad and neither of us have ever left for a night. So, I'm sure her mom is slightly worried. I'll update again when there is something to share. Update. Apologies for the long delay in updates, but it has been a turbulent week. My wife came home on Tuesday morning after absorbing everything I threw at her. The wife of the man she had the affair with already knew, and apparently he is a serial cheater. I contacted her myself and she confirmed that she knew and didn't seem very surprised. Thanks for the heads up. She informed her parents the night she went to go spend the night of what she had done. She wasn't willing to share much other than that. So my guard was immediately up that she was plotting to serve me divorce papers and try to control the situation. It concerned me for the following days, so I went to get counsel myself to prepare for what I thought was inevitable. I got into her phone to check her search history and call logs and found no divorce attorney searches and no phone calls to number that came up as lawyers. Papers have not been served by either her or I. Yesterday, she had a session with her therapist. I start my own therapy on Tuesday, and she came home that night with a binder full of notes that she has been writing in her sessions for the last few weeks and said she's been gathering her thoughts and would like to read them to me. Through her own journey of therapy, she has found out that her time as a Jehovah's Witness through her formative years has damaged her far more than she had previously thought, and her reactions to certain things in our marriage confuses her and why it makes her want to run. Feelings of being judged or told what to do make her want to run as far away as she can, and it's something that she is working on with her therapist. She said she has not had contact with the man she had the affair with for a few weeks now, but occasionally has had the urge to contact him. I asked her if she has read up on affair fog, and she said yes. I asked about the GPS idea I had mentioned, and she said that the feeling of being watched 24/7 would drive her away. She acknowledged that she knows she has made a possible life-changing mistake and understands the consequences of whatever may happen. She made a heartfelt apology and said she wants reconciliation but understands if this is something we can't survive, and she will accept whatever happens. She did not get into why she chose to have an affair because she wants to gather her thoughts, but made mention of her seeing something called walkway wife syndrome, but again, no details. She also made mention of compassion fatigue with no details. I googled these to get an idea and responded that this does not excuse her for cheating, and she agreed but was attempting to inform me and not to give an excuse. It was a good conversation and gave me some much needed clarity on some things. As of right now, there are no plans for papers to be served from either her or I as we navigate our new normal. On my end, I've lost about 30 pounds in a month from simply not eating. I've been in mental turmoil for about a month and have been jumping from idea to idea on how to deal, and it has made it that much more chaotic in the house. I've had no outlet to release my anger, frustration, grief, and contempt, so I'm looking forward to my first therapy session to start on my own journey of healing. I am not blaming myself for any part of what has happened, but I do know I have some issues that probably need to be sorted out, whether we succeed in reconciling or we decide to move on. I have made great strides in my own home life over the last month, as acknowledged by my wife, that have been noticed and appreciated. I look to continue making progress and look forward to the next chat my wife and I have, and we progress towards an uncertain future. As of right now, I feel hopeful but still very guarded. Thank you again to everyone who has reached out with links to different sites and your words of encouragement. I'm sorry if I have not replied to everyone, but just know that it's meant a lot to me for you taking the time out of your days to offer your advice, kind words, and compassion. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please give it a like and write your opinion in the comments. See you soon.